Revenge films.
It's been 7 years since I started working and living alone. One day, I got a phone call from my stepfather, Mason, and he wanted me to come home. My dad passed away from illness when I was in grade school. Then my mom remarried to Mason, who ran a small business, and I got a stepbrother, Dave. We were a family of 4 until I left the house. When I got there, Mason looked serious and told me to sit down. Mom was sitting next to him when he slapped me in the face out of the blue.
"Is that how you want to return after I raised you all those years? Shame on you!"
He yelled at me and cursed. He never hit me before, and I was shocked and speechless. He then explained,
"I never wanted to be your father. I never had an affection for you either. But there was the insurance money from your father, and I didn't have to support you. That's why I agreed to raise you."
I never had an affection for him either, nor for Dave, who was 2 years younger than I. I don't have one good childhood memory with him, and he favored his own son. But he never spelled it out like this before, and I didn't know how to respond. He went on venting. He never liked me, he never wanted another child, and he wanted to cut all ties with me. He said all this without giving me the reason, and I just couldn't comprehend. Mom was quiet all this time, listening to what he had to say, and didn't even look at me. I understood she was with him on this. She's on his side over mine. She was the only real family I had, but she chose him over me. I just didn't care about anything anymore. It was fine by me if they wanted to cut ties with me, but I at least wanted an explanation. Then he showed me a letter.
"Please send $5,000 because I'm having problems making a living? It's one thing for Dave, but I don't have a dime to give you."
The letter had my bank details, which I hadn't used for years, and I didn't have the checkbook with me either because I left it in their house long ago. Also, the addressee was written on the envelope, but there was no postmark, which meant it was hand-delivered. But that was overlooked, or they didn't care. They just saw my name on it and believed it was from me. How would I ask you to send me money when I've been sending you $1,000? Then both of them jumped up saying, "What?" So I told them about the letter he sent to me, which said, "Please send us $1,000 every month because we are struggling," along with his bank info. It also wrote, "Please keep this between us. I don't want your mother worried. Do not send her letters or call her so she won't be suspicious." Thus, I've been sending him the money every month for over 2 years because I thought I owed it to them for raising me. He seemed shocked and said he never received any of it. It didn't take long for me to guess who sent the letter to them and to me. It must be Dave. He could have used my old account and accessed one of his father's accounts relatively easily. In the middle of this, Dave came home at the right time and was startled to see me there.
"Hey, brother, what's up?"
So I told him that I was called up and was just told that they had no intention to give me $5,000. Mason cut in.
"You didn't do this, did you? It can't be you!"
Dave couldn't say anything before me glaring at him. He was just upset, so I said that if he had no idea about this, I'd call the police to report the fraud. Then he finally came clean. He said he was deeply into gambling, from horse racing to casinos, and had substantial debt. He couldn't catch up on the payment from his income and used his father's name to draw money from me. Once he successfully deceived me, he came up with a similar method to draw money from his father. But fortunately or not, he didn't like me enough to give me money readily, but instead called me up and brought me here so he could preach and hit me. Dave said it was meant to be temporary and he was going to return it soon, but that didn't cut it. It was beyond that. I told him that he's not only responsible for returning all that money he had taken wrongfully, but also to pay damages, and he almost fainted. Mason said,
Damage? Come on, we're family! Your brother is in trouble! Isn't it your job to help him as a big brother? Why don't you forgive him?
I snorted and laughed. Did you forget already? You just said we're not family anymore. I'm not naive enough to let it go when a stranger messes with me. Then he realized what he had said to me earlier and turned pale. I added that I was recently headhunted by a large company by a recruiter for my work performance, and that the company was coincidentally in the process of selecting an affiliate, and Mason's company was one of the candidates. I was surprised when I saw the name of his company on the list. They're in the decision-making process among 3 companies, and if this hadn't happened, I could have given a point to his company. But I don't have to anymore, because we're strangers now. Listening to what I said, he apologized to me and said,
I'm sorry. I apologize. Please forget what I said. I won't cut ties with you. Please help my company. I have to get this contract or our company may be in jeopardy. I'll make Dave apologize too. Please. He then grabbed Dave's head and forced him to apologize to me.
Don't bother. I'm rather relieved to cut ties with this rotten family. Then I stood up. Now, Mom begged me to help them, sobbing. Dave begged for forgiveness, and Mason clung to my feet. I left the chaos behind. After a while, I made a fair choice, but Mason's company didn't get enough votes after all. As he predicted, his company failed and eventually went bankrupt. Dave's debt rose to $10,000 and he filed for bankruptcy. The house they lived in was foreclosed and the 3 had no choice but to move to an old apartment. Mason was too old to be hired for part-time work and was having a hard time finding a job. Dave's employer found out about his bankruptcy. The word got around and he suffered from a mental condition, couldn't continue working, and quit. Mom cried for help and said they wanted to move into my apartment so the 4 of us could live together again. What nonsense is she talking about? I told her it was her husband who started. I didn't wait another minute to block them all. Luckily, they haven't found out where I live, so I'll be safe here. No matter how you look at it, a thorny road awaits them. But they found that road themselves.
How was today's video? If you enjoyed it, please subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Stay tuned for more.